Hello, good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming back to join me today. I promised that I would do a flip through of my Junk Journal January journal when I'd finished it, and I have finished it. I know it would take me longer than January, but it's done and I'm happy with it, and I feel that I've achieved something by completing it. So I'll let you have a look at what I've got. I have done some videos with you here on YouTube, and I've posted pictures on Instagram as well. So this was a challenge by Meg Journals to use the prompts each day and do a junk journal January. So that's what I've done. I made an accordion style book, and I will try and link the video that I had, how I made that, below. It did end up quite a lot chunkier, which I knew it would do. But as I say, I'm very happy with it. So I decorated it on the front and on the back. So let's have a look. So in the front pocket, I made the pocket out of the actual prompts, and I've put a little journaling card in there that I can use and make it mine. So it's got the date, the name, address, so I can use that through the year and put some things in it that I want to. So the first prompt was resolutions. I don't do New Year resolutions, but I thought that I would put a picture of me and put "be kind to yourself," because I am the world's worst critic of me. I'm the sort of person where my cup is always half empty, not half full. I always worry about what I'm doing. So that was personal to me. The next one was starry. Yep, starry. And I did Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and I embroidered just with running stitch a little bunny rabbit, and I put the poem out from Alice in Wonderland. So it's "Twinkle Twinkle Little Bat, how I wonder what you're at, up above the world you fly like a tea tray in the sky." And that's kind of personal to me, because when my kids were little, if I sang "Twinkle Twinkle" to them, my husband always came up with that one. And there's another one by Spike Milligan that he always used to come up with as well. So that's kind of personal to me. The next one, stained. Oh, and that's where I managed to accidentally get, I put some ink on a pad, on some paper, got too much ink on it, folded it in half. And when I opened it, it looked as if I'd got two people bumping chests. And so I thought that was quite appropriate. And the quote that I put says, "Love is like a stain. Once it leaves its mark, it's hard to get out." And I think that's very true. Okay, and the next one was decorated tag. And I made a little tag with some book page and card. I put a little Tim Holtz guy on there, and I did some cut out flowers. That says "The Long Afternoon" on there. That was just from a book. And I put a quote on there that says "Just breathe." And I did a flip on it and did some stamping. And then when you flip that over, I thought that this paper here looked like a little pathway, and the next page said "Kate Greenaway." So I just, as part of this, I did a little bit of collage with the little Kate Greenaway people and a flower, and then that little girl's running to catch them up, just because I liked it and for no other reason than that. The next one was routine. And I struggled with routine. I wasn't sure what to put. And I thought I'd had this laying around in a box for a long time. It's a little bit of mixed media that I keep trying to do mixed media. But I know you're supposed to do it more to get used to it, but I find it quite hard to do. And this one I was quite pleased with, and it said "dream" on it. And I think that's something that we all do as part of a routine. We either daydream, I'm always daydreaming, we have dreams, or we have dreams and aspirations. So I thought that would be good for routine. The next one, number 6, was stitched. And so I did a little bit of collaging there. I did some stitches, and that's on pattern paper. And then this was a tag that I'd made as part of a challenge last year. And I was very pleased with it. It's got some tatting that I'd actually done and some hexagons I'd sewn. And so I thought, well, that's stitching. So I thought I wanted to keep that tag, so I put that in there. The next one was shimmer and blossom. I did the two together. So I don't know if you can see shimmer, but I used tissue paper that has like gold dots on it. And then what was the other one? Shimmer and Blossom. I fussy cut out a piece of apple blossom, and I put some pink stripes on it, and I did a little fairy from Cecily Barker. Is it Cecily Barker? I did that, and I said, I put the quote on it: "Spring is the time of year when it is summer in the sun and winter in the shade." And we're nearly in spring. We're nearly at the end of February, and the end of March is spring, so we're getting there. Hidden. That was it. Hidden. I did a little tag, so I collaged on the back, and then I made a little flip out there. And then I knew that would stick. I put some little photos. So there's my dog. There's me and my dog last summer. There's me. Hubby's took a picture of me as we're walking. That's actually a lot steeper than it looks. And there's hubby. So this was just personal to me, of things that we'd done last year and things that we hope to do again this year. And so hidden, I hid it. I put it behind the tag as a little flip out. So I was pleased with how that turned out. I'm not going to tie it up. I can never tie them. Intricate, again, I struggled with that. And I thought clocks are intricate, people are intricate, and nature is. So I just ended up doing a collage. But I like how the collage turned out, so I was quite pleased with it. So it may not meet the brief of the prompt, but I was happy with it. And I think that's what was important to me in this. The next was pocket. Oh, pocket and throwback. So I made a pocket out of an envelope, and throwback was these Renaissance people that I used, and these are from Rachel at Roxy's Creations, and that's one of Rachel's papers, and so's that. So the throwback is the old pictures, and I did the pocket. Yeah, I did too, didn't I? Yeah. And in that little pocket, I'd watched Marguerite Miller on her challenge, and she made a wallet out of an envelope, and I really liked it, so I thought I would have a go and put it in here as a reminder. So it's just kind of like a gentleman's wallet made out of a window envelope, and I made a little identity card for him that just, oopsie daisy, that just goes in there, and he looks out the window. And then I think that's the love of his life, because we like our gentlemen to have a photo of us in the wallets, don't we? And then just some Tim Holtz tickets in these little pockets that you might have in a wallet. So I was pleased with how that turned out as well. I like to do some more of these, I think. And then that just goes in that pocket. And what was next? Hobbies and From the Day. So Hobbies, these are papers from Mrs. Cog. And my hobbies are a little bit of everything. I like to stitch, I like to make things on my sewing machine, but I also like to make journals and mess about with papers and things, and I also like to read. So I kind of did it all as a collage, but with a flip on it. And it says, "A house without books is like a room without windows," and that's on a library card. And there's a book spine there, and then the Hound of the Baskervilles. And then of the day, I'm a tea drinker. I like cup of tea. So I had this image of a teacup, and I fussy cut that lady out, and I just sat her inside the teacup, and I put a little tea bag label on there, and then collaged images of tea behind it. So I was pleased with that as well, just a collage. Barcode. I was really pleased how my barcode turned out. When I thought barcode, it reminded me of zebras, so I just found some images on the internet, and I collected some barcodes, and I actually photocopied. I didn't have that many, so I photocopied the barcodes, so the some that are the same, and just put them on there. And for the background there, that's from an Africa kit that I've got, and I think it's just a piece of zebra fur, and it says adventure. So I was pleased how that turned out as well. And I think that's what this book's been about for me, is just having fun and enjoying it. And then we get to the back of the book, and then it goes folded. So here we've got, it's a folded bag, and it's nice and big, and so I can put things in it through the year if I want to. And I just decorated it up, and I liked the papers on it. And then I did it as a flip. So it says, life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And I just had that image left over from when I'd been looking for zebras. And I just thought that looked nice. So I did that. The next, I think it was favourite 5 things. And I thought about this. I like old photographs. So I found a picture of a man. I like William Morris and Art Nouveau, Art Deco, so I found some papers to do with those. I like numbers on things, so I found numbers. I love frogs, absolutely love frogs. I don't know what it is, they make me jump in the garden, but I do like them, so I put a frog on there. And I like to think that I'm curious, so they were my favourite 5 things. I'm just going to remind myself what's next, because I think I got a bit mixed up. It was maps. Next was maps. Where are we? Maps. Top 5. Maps and hand lettered. Maps. I did a little bit about me and my husband, and that these people represent me and my husband. And these are some Tim Holtz things. A little bit of map there. I think that was from Tracy Fox. That might have been Tracy Fox as well, or it could be Tim Holtz. Now, I live in Nottingham, so that was appropriate. And I am going with my grandson this year. Me and he, for Christmas, we got Harry Potter World tickets. So we're going to Harry Potter World this year. And my husband and I are going to Europe for a month. So although there's not much in here that's handwritten, although that paper there was handwritten, I want to make a list of where we go and what we do. So that's just to remind me in this pocket. I'm going to make a list of where we actually go and what we do this year, because we do want to get out and about. So again, that was quite personal to me. This was texture. And I did, I made a little machine piece on my sewing machine with some die cut flowers. And sewed it, and I've got it here. I was going to stick it in the book, and I was going to put it in as a flip so that you could see the back, because I like the back as much as I like the front. And the more I thought about it, the more I actually want to use this as part of a journal sometime later this year. So I just couldn't bear to stick it in the book. So what I did was I made a photocopy of it, and I put copy of Machine Stitched Experiment, January 2023 by Carol. So I think this page was texture and experiment. So it was an experiment to see if I could do it. And I liked it so much, I've decided to keep it. So I think I'm allowed. So I put the picture of it in instead. Next it was, do you call it before and after? Old and new. No, it wasn't. I think I went out of... Did I go out of old and new? I think I might have got out of sync with them. But it was about old and new, before and after. So when I looked on the internet, which one was it? It's bugging me now. Wasn't stickers, it wasn't scenery, it wasn't one colour. I did maps, I did hand letters. It must be old and new. I think that was it. I looked on the internet, and in China, I think it is, or somewhere, lions that are back to back represent the past and the present. And I was struggling with this one as well. And so I put them on, and I found some words that meant before, then, previous, past, and then current, now, here, and present. That was already on the page. That was one of the papers that I'd used, and I splattered some gold on there as well. And I was happy with it. I liked it. So there we go. That was stickers. And that is actually a sticker, and these were stickers, the butterflies. And then I got a Tim Holtz lady and some butterfly wings, and just some plain neutral tones on there, and I was happy with that. So that was number 23. This is where I went out of sync a little bit. Yeah, stickers. And then this one was number 27, which is tones or earth tones, earth tones. So I did that because I thought it matched that page. That's why I went out of sync with it. And so I used earth tones and just did some collage on there, and I was happy with that one. This one was, it was scenery and one colour. So my colour was green, and the scenery was, this was an image from a garden book of a beautiful garden. And then I cut strips of green. So I cut this image, I cut some lines in it, and then I just wove papers in green. And that's what I did with that. So that was my page number 24 and number 25, which was scenery and one colour. So that was it for that. So I was happy how that turned out as well. Number 22, I think I did something twice. So I did 22 twice. Am I bothered? No. It's the way things work sometimes. I'd wanted to use this image. This is an image of my husband's family. So the little girl there is my husband's great grandma, and she must have been born around 1870, something like that. And then these are the Donnison sisters. So that's my husband's great grandma and her sisters. And then the photo on the back, somebody's in the family has written who they are. So the little girl is Hannah. That's Hannah Marie, or Hannah Isa. It's called Mam, but it's Hannah Eliza. That's Aunt Lizzie, and that's Aunt Sally. So I just thought that was nice to put in there. This one was wordy. So I put bits of a picture of a typewriter on there. And then that's from a dictionary. And then it says, the love of books is amongst the choicest gifts of the gods. And books are wordy. And I thought that fit. So, and I liked the spread of those two together as well. I think this was is it ancient or antique? Antique. So antique, I used an image of it from the Sears Roebuck catalogue of an old sofa, and I cut some Tim Holtz. I didn't cut them out at all. I found some Tim Holtz people, and I actually coloured them in the green and the pink. And then this background here is from Andrea Artimays. That's one of her wallpapers, which I really liked. And then I found this cut out of a plant that was similar colours, and it says explore every day. And I thought that was quite nice as well. So I did that. Then it was musical. I don't actually like jazz music, but I had these images. So I put music paper behind it. I cut the images out there, and I put some quotes. So I dance with the dancers. Let's face the music and dance. And music and rhythm find their way into the secret places of the soul. And I just thought that was a really nice spread. So that's what I did for that. And then musical. The last two was unexpected and close. And I did a collage, and I need to re-stick that down, didn't I? I thought it would come up because it's on the actual crease. And the unexpected for me was two things on here. The first was that I've actually finished this. I've done all 31 prompts, which to me was an achievement and unexpected to me. And it says, that's it, I'm done, on that little label there on the door. And unexpected, the door actually opens, and it's got a lady and a little boy in there, and it says, start doing the things that you love. So that's a little door that I cut out. This door is one of Rachel Roxy Creations digitals, and that's one of hers as well. But I just thought it was nice to put that on the door, and it says, that's it, I'm done. Doesn't mean I wouldn't do this sort of challenge again, but I was relieved to get to the end because I did find it hard. And then we're back at the beginning again. So that is my concertina journal, and you know, it does open all up if you wanted to, but it just folds up nicely, and that will sit in front of me. So I hope you like it. Thank you for your encouragement as well through doing this. I do appreciate it. And I'll be back shortly with another video. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.